Welcome to the Rochester, New Hampshire History Podcast, a monthly show that will shine a light on a piece of history that has been all but forgotten.
Easter Sunday is usually associated with egg hunts, church services, and Easter dinner. In 1930, Easter Sunday proved to be a disaster in Rochester. On that day, a 13-year-old arsonist kept the fire department busy, and at the end of the day, a grand old hotel was burnt to the ground. The headlines of the April 25th Rochester Courier says it all. Firebug caught, boy of 13 confesses and is sent to asylum for observation. Hotel Rochester destroyed by fire with total loss of $40,000. The origins of the hotel go back to 1881 when it opened up. Back then, it was known as the Hotel Risley, and it was one of the grandest hotels in Rochester. The hotel was located in a perfect spot. It was on Hanson Street, next to the downtown railroad depot. When passengers got off the train, the first thing they saw was the impressive-looking hotel. With just a short walk from the depot, one could stay at the Hotel Risley. The hotel was extensively used by commercial travelers and had over 44 rooms, a famous dining room, and a fully functioning stable.
By 1900, the hotel was purchased by Charles Coleman and renamed the Rochester Hotel. By then, the hotel's main floor contained a large parlor, a reception room, a well-furnished billiard room. The hotel earned a fine reputation locally and around the state of New Hampshire as a luxurious lodging establishment. On April 20th, 1930, it all came to an end as this beautiful building was removed from the city's skyline. Shortly before 10 o'clock, the fire station received a call. There was a fire at the Rochester Lumber Company, which was located 200 yards from the hotel. The fire department arrived at the lumber mill and found 3 separate fires inside the mill. This was very suspicious since it was Easter and the mill was closed. The firemen quickly put out the blazes, and as they were picking up at the lumber mill, another alarm went off. This time, it was for a blaze at the nearby Rochester Hotel. The fire was set in the boiler room near the furnace. When the fire department arrived, smoke was billowing from many of the windows of the wooden structure. It was feared that if the fire broke through the roof, the high winds would carry the flames to many other buildings. Fortunately, the roof was made of tin, which helped contain the flames. Several explosions occurred within the hotel that sent deadly shards of glass flying everywhere. During this fire, the arsonist struck again a short distance away. A fire was reported on Portland Street at the nearby residence of Alice Bradley. Some firefighters left the hotel and went to Portland Street to combat this new fire. It was discovered that there was a lit bundle of papers at the foot of the cellar stairs. It was easily extinguished. There was now 3 fires in less than an hour, all within a short distance of each other.
Meanwhile, the fire back at the hotel was getting out of control. One of the walls collapsed, bearing 2 firefighters and burning lumber. They were quickly removed from the burning debris, and both suffered non-fatal burns and bruises. After 5 hours, the valiant effort of Rochester's finest could not prevail. The old wooden hotel fell victim to the flames and was a total loss. Fortunately, the fire was contained to just the hotel and did not spread throughout the city, and there were no fatalities. Regarding the arsonist, the newspaper reported it was a boy of 13 years of age and was the adopted son of a well-known Rochester woman. He confessed to at least 2 of the fires, but seemed incoherent and was sent to the asylum for further observation. Since he was a minor, his name was never released. Now, when one stands where the hotel once was, only the brick structure that was the hotel's horse stable remains. Although the hotel's been gone for almost 100 years, it remains a part of our history.
This ends the podcast. If you have any questions or comments, please email bobgriffinpodcast@gmail.com and come back next month for another episode of Rochester, New Hampshire History.